Hey guys, it's me, Waifu Belector, and at the time of this video, we are still just a few weeks past the release of Spider-Man 2. A ton of people are still enjoying their time with that because, to nobody's surprise, Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is a great game. So great job to them, hooray, yay, clap it up. But anyway, this game got me thinking, not just about Spider-Man, but the wider state of superhero games. So what I'm gonna do here in this video is sort of just think out loud about superhero video games as they are or aren't, as well as where they could go. So yeah, please remember to give the video a like if you end up enjoying, it means a lot, or even subscribe if you're really into it. But okay, let's talk about some goddamn superheroes. Now, even talking about superhero games right now in 2023, 2024 is a weird endeavor because they're almost not even a thing in an actual positive, meaningful capacity. As it stands right now, it's pretty much just Spider-Man. I know we get some smaller off to the side stuff every now and again, like Ultimate Alliance 3 or Midnight Suns or whatever, but that's the thing, they're smaller, they're off to the side, they're more or less completely fucking irrelevant. And even when some higher profile titles get tried, they haven't really stuck. Marvel's Avengers is one of the games industry's most notable disasters. Gotham Knights, while not a disaster, was a completely middling game that's largely forgettable at best. So right now, if we're talking about must-play, can't-miss superhero game experiences, I mean, if we dive throughout history, it's really just the Batman Arkham series, Injustice maybe, and that's still kind of niche because it's a fighting game, and then you have these new Spider-Man games. But if we really want to talk about right now, then it's just fucking Spider-Man, because the last Arkham game was almost 9 years ago. So unfortunately, right now, if you're a gamer and a superhero fan and you want to see those things interlocked in a meaningful way, you're not really eating too well. And while I do understand that Batman and Spider-Man are the two most popular superheroes, there are other popular superheroes, even ones that are household names. So what gives? Where are their games? Well, here's the thing. We probably all know this, but I'll still say it anyway. Batman Arkham Asylum created a new benchmark for superhero games back when it released in 2009. There had not been a superhero game this well executed, of this quality, that simulated what it was like to control that hero with this much precision. And after it was, all the rest of the superhero games kinda looked like crap in comparison. But turns out the Batman Arkham combat style doesn't only work for Batman. It's just a great melee-based combat system. So if we fast forward to 2018, there's a new Spider-Man game out taking heavy inspiration from Batman Arkham, as they should, honestly, and the game is fantastic. But here's the thing, in all that time, 2009 to 2018, 9 years, it was only the Batman Arkham series and then Spider-Man with heavy Arkham inspiration to take the torch, with nothing else outside of Injustice making a notable splash. No single-player superhero games that were successful and worthy of being remembered. Only Batman Arkham and what might as well be the son, the sequel, the direct product of Batman Arkham existing, Insomniac Spider-Man. So let's go back to right now. Avengers failed, Midnight Suns failed, Gotham Knights failed, Guardians of the Galaxy failed. And all this has me thinking, is this it? Is this the only way we get good superhero games? We just have to do a Batman and then tweak it to the specific hero? Because there are a lot of heroes that you can do that to, but is that what we want? A sea of Batman Arkham clones reskinned? I mean, there's supposed to be that Wonder Woman game that Monolith is allegedly working on, and Monolith's Middle-earth games already use Arkham combat. So this Wonder Woman game, if it ever does come out, is probably gonna be Arkhamish. Not saying it won't be great, but is that all we know? Is that really all we can do, I'm wondering? There's also a standalone Black Panther game that we know is being worked on by EA's Cliffhanger Games, and come on, Don't you just know that that's gonna play like Arkham in the Jungle? And listen, to some degree I get this. Arkham showed everybody how to do melee based, mostly feet on the ground superhero combat, so it's easier to do what you know works rather than trying something out entirely. Because a lot of these superheroes are very fantastical, they're very over the top, or they have certain quirks or capabilities that make them hard to approach in a video game form. The Hulk, in more standard iterations, is a raging fucking monster. He's basically as much a superhero as Godzilla is, and if you've played a Godzilla game, you know it's not easy to make fun, let alone compelling. Then there's Superman, who's basically fucking invincible to fucking everything and is so powerful and so fast that it almost wouldn't make sense to even try to challenge the player. Not to mention, the Arkham games didn't show devs how to do lumbering monster combat. They didn't show you how to do flying Kryptonian combat. So devs are just not gonna fucking do it. That sounds hard. There's no blueprint. And I guess I get it. But I'd love to see someone try with an actual budget, with actual marketing, and of course actual passion behind the project. And that's what makes me so excited for the Iron Man game. This is another confirmed superhero game being worked on by EA's Motive Studio. And I won't get all deep into Motive. I've already talked about this game before. I've talked about Motive in correlation with this game before. I'll put the video up at the end if you want to check out my full thoughts on this Iron Man game and who's developing it. But I bring it up now and am excited more so to see it than to even play it, because Iron Man does not fight like Batman. He just doesn't. Iron Man can fly and shoot laser beams from his hands. You would have to be trying aggressively to disappoint anyone who likes Iron Man if you were gonna try to Arkhamify this game. And that's what's so exciting to me. This Iron Man game is a confirmed single-player superhero game where you can't just do a Batman. They have to be creative about it. They have to make something that feels fundamentally different. And I can't wait to see exactly what that looks like. I'm super interested to see this game. I'm rooting for this game. I hope it does for flight-based beam shooting superheroes what Batman did for boots on the ground melee superheroes. But then again, Iron Man is in a suit, so there's probably gonna be a lot of specifics to him. I just think this game has more potential than it even realizes, and more on its shoulders than it realizes. I mean, as I said, if you're a fan of superhero games, you haven't been eating all that well as of late. But there's hope for the future, man, and I'm hoping that it's a varied future. I mean, hell, next in our line of sight is Rocksteady's Suicide Squad game, which has been pushed back several times to 2024 and has been written off by a lot of people. I am not one of those people who has already thrown in the towel for this game. I think it has potential. I think co-op games are fun. I don't need the game to be single player. And frankly, I think a lot of the criticisms that pretend to be about monetization or battle passes or whatever is more so people being mad that this game isn't just doing a Batman. And I get it, we miss Batman and all, it's been a long time, but I don't want it to do a Batman. Don't get me wrong, based on what we've seen, Suicide Squad doesn't look like the best game in the world, but I think it looks good, honestly. Maybe it won't be up to the level of Batman and Spider-Man, but I just want a good, successful superhero game. And while I take one that's doing Arkham combat, I'm still very excited for the mythological Wonder Woman game after all. I'd still love to have a really good, really quality, and hopefully successful superhero game that isn't using Arkham combat. And if Suicide Squad turns out to be that despite the odds, I'll be part of its success, because I'm definitely buying it. Anyway, yeah, this has been my current thoughts on superhero games. I'm sure you disagree with everything I've said somehow. Please tell me how stupid and wrong I am in the comments, or if you happen to enjoy this, I would greatly appreciate if you liked and or subscribed. But until next time, I am Waifu Belector. I am just a normal guy. I like hentai. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am done with this video. Goodbye.